Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officer Adda 24/7. My name is Amanjot and today it's our 23rd class of Principles and Practices of Banking, in which we are practicing MCQ related to PPP. Okay, so first of all, before starting the session, let me know, am I audible to all of you and the screen is also visible? Are we good to go? Good morning Ananta. Let me know, am I audible? Everything is okay? Okay, everything is fine. Let's just start with the first question. Before starting the session, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get all the notification which are related to the upcoming session on Officers Adda 24/7. Next, if you have not downloaded the Adda 24/7 application yet, then do download the application. Okay. Good morning, Gitanjali. So now one important information that the English medium batch for your June JAIIB exam is already on the store. It is started on 16th of April. So if you want a dedicated batch, or if you want a certain platform where you do not have to do the R&D and you will get all the study material and on the conceptual understanding, you will particularly enroll in this particular batch. Okay, so this is the batch in which you will get the 3 Macmillan book, 82 e-books, 84 mock tests will be there, and if you miss any day the live class of the batch, then you can also have the recorded video, and this recorded video will be available in your account till the duration of your batch. Okay, now let's start with the first question, which is asking about the import and export. So in India, which authority takes preview of import and export? Is it RBI? Is it Ministry of Finance? Is it Director General of Foreign Trade, or is it Ministry of Commerce? So what will be the right answer here? In India, which authority takes the preview of import and export? Good morning, Raj Lakshmi. Good morning, Sheikh. Now let me know which is the right answer, A, B, C or D. First of all, if we are talking about import and export, so we know import means simply buying goods from abroad and export means selling goods to abroad. So whenever we are doing import and export, we are doing foreign trade. It means selling of goods and services from one country to another country is known as your foreign trade, in which when you are importing goods and services, it will be known as, it means that you are purchasing from something from abroad, and when you are exporting goods and services, it means you selling goods and services to the abroad. Okay, there are 2 other terms also which are related to the foreign trade, that is visible trade and invisible trade. If we are talking about the visible trade is the trade in which you are trading of goods. So trade of goods is known as visible trade and trade of services is known as invisible trade. So these are the 4 basic terms which are related to foreign trade, that is export, import, visible trade and invisible trade. So Gagan is saying D, Sheikh is saying C, Prajakta is saying C. See, if we are talking about the, we can say administration of foreign trade policy, if we are talking about the administration of foreign trade policy, so foreign trade policies administration will done by central government. Under central government, there will be ministry who is going to deal with the import and export or foreign trade. Then we have a certain act related to foreign trade, that is Foreign Exchange Regulation and Development Act, which came into in the year 1992. After that, we have Director General of Foreign Trade. But now all these are the administrator of the foreign trade policy or the EXIM policy, which is formulated for 5 years duration. Okay, but here we are talking about the preview of import and export, so it will be done by Ministry of Commerce, not by DGFT, Ministry of Commerce. Director General of Foreign Trade, it is a post, it is a person who, with the help of RBI, with the help of your Adda and with the help of your SEBI, he maintains that what foreign trade policy is saying is actually happening in the country or not. So he is the DGFT is the administrator of foreign trade policy. But when it comes to the preview of import and export, the right answer will be Ministry of Commerce. Okay. So the right answer is D. Very good. Rahul and Gagan has given the right answer. Second, which of the following steps can be taken to reduce CAD in India? Now, first let me know what does this CAD stands for. What is the full form of CAD? What is the full form of CAD? It is related to your balance of trade. It is related to your balance of trade. Now, what is CAD stands for? So, first statement is saying reducing export duty on products. Second, saying setting the import quota limits. Third is saying import substitution. So, these are the three steps which is given to reduce the CAD in the country. Now, which of the following is true regarding this question? First of all, you should know what is CAD. If you do not know the full form of CAD, then you can't answer the question. Okay. Very good, Gagan. That is current account deficit. It stands for current account deficit. And if you know the full form, now you can answer very easily. What is current account deficit means? First of all, we know that there is a balance of payment. Now, what is balance of payment? Let's understand a simple concept here. When we are talking about balance of payment is a systematic record of all the economic transaction between India and rest of the world. So all the economic transaction or the money related transaction which is happening between India and rest of the world in a financial year will be written under the balance of payment. And the balance of payment have three types of component, that is current account, second is capital account, and third is financial account. When we are talking about the current account, it includes the import and export of goods and services. Now we are maintaining the data related to import and export, that how much we have imported in the financial year and how much we have exported in the financial year. So the record we are maintaining of trade, that is import and export, is related to the trade. What we are doing foreign trade, and we are maintaining a record of the trade, that is known as balance of trade. So under the component of balance of payment, current account, we record the transaction related to balance of trade, in which all the exports and imports will be recorded. Okay. Now, whenever we are talking about the balance of trade, it can be of three types. First is deficit balance of trade. Second can be balanced balance of trade. And third is your surplus balance of trade. So these are the three types of balance of trade. These are also the type of balance of payment. Okay. Now when we are talking about deficit balance of trade, now balance of trade is going in a loss. Now when we will face loss in the balance of trade? When import is greater than export, then we will face the loss in the foreign balance of trade. Then when it is balanced balance of trade, it means import and exports both are equal. So whatever amount we have paid to purchase goods and services, that amount we have earned also. Okay, next is surplus. It means exports is greater than imports. Now these are the three types of your balance of trade. Okay, now these three types are also known as, the deficit balance of trade is also known as current account deficit, and the surplus balance of trade is also known as current account surplus, because the trade balance of trade is mentioned under a current account of balance of payment. That's why it is also denoted as a current account deficit and current account surplus. Clear? So whenever exports is more than imports, it will be known as current account surplus. Whenever imports is greater than export, it will be known as current account deficit. Now the question is asking about which of the following steps can be taken to reduce the current account deficit. It means in country we are seeing that the import is greater than export, or we are in the situation of loss, our balance of trade is going in a loss. Now which of the following steps we can take to reduce the current account deficit, or to make sure that imports are less and exports increases? Let me know what we can do from out of these options. A, B, C or D? What will be the right answer? We have to reduce the current account deficit. It means we want to increase the exports. Now how can we increase the exports? Gagan is saying all. Okay, what about rest? Ananta is also saying all. Okay, so when we are talking about reducing export duty on product, that is correct, because when you reduce the export duty on product, more goods will be exported to other countries. Second, setting the import quota limits, that is also important. You have restricted the certain import which will reduce the imports in the country. And third is finding the import substitution. So you are finding the substitute for the imports is the also option to reduce the current account deficit. So the right answer will be your D option. That is all. You have to do all these things to reduce the current account deficit. Okay. Now next, third question. What do you mean by two parallel transverse lines on the face of the check? Let me know. Is it an open check? Is it a bearer check? Is it an order check? Is it a cross check? So it's a kind of very simple question. When you are seeing the two parallel lines on a check, what it means? Is it an open check? Is it a closed check? A cross check? Is it a bearer check or order check? So when we are talking about bearer check or open check, the word bearer on the check will be ticked. And next thing is you will also the bank will do pay the payment of the check to the person who is representing the check in the bank. Okay, so the payment will be done to the representative of the check, or whoever the person takes check to the bank. The payment will be done to that particular bank. But when it comes to the ordered check is a type of check which is drawn on a name of a specified person, and only that specified person can take money from the bank or can take payment of a check. Okay, no other person can do that. Next, cross check is the check in which we see, very good, the parallel lines on the face of the check, and in the cross check you can't get payment in form of cash. You have to get payment in account only. So cash from the counter is not allowed in the cross check, but you can take the payment in the account. Okay, so right answer will be your D, that is cross check. That is also known as general crossing. Okay, the two parallel lines we are seeing, that is general crossing, which represents the cross check. Now, which of the following transaction would amount to a pledge? Now, what is pledge? Pledge is a type of security. First is saying delivery of the key where the goods are stored. Second is saying endorsement of railway receipts, lorry receipts in favor of bank by the borrower. Third is saying endorsement of warehouse receipt by the borrower in favor of the bank. So which of the following is happen in the pledge? A, B, C or D? So pledge is a kind of thing which we are talking about, the security. Security, whenever you are maintaining a security, whenever you are taking a loan from the bank, you have to maintain a certain collateral. Okay, and there are four types of collateral available. One is pledge, second is hypothecation, third is mortgage, and fourth is your line. Okay, so these are the four things, these are the four types of security which can be maintained or which can be given to the bank at the time of taking loan from the bank. Okay, now when we are talking about pledge and hypothecation, both are your movable security. If we are talking about pledge and hypothecation, both are your movable security, and the possession remains with, okay, some are saying C, some are saying D. Okay, D as given by the Samruddhi, and other everyone is saying C, that is second and third only. Achha, it's why not one option is correct if you are saying that the endorsement of warehouse receipt by the borrower in favor of the bank is okay. Endorsement of railway receipt, lorry receipt in favor of the bank by the borrower is okay. Then why not delivery of the key where goods are stored is not okay? Why it's not a right option? The correct answer here will be your D, 1, 2 and 3. All are covered under the amount to a pledge. Okay, all are covered under the pledge. The right answer for the fourth question will be your D, not C. Okay. Now let's move forward. The next question is the rate at which RBI purchases or rediscount bill of exchange or other eligible commercial instrument from banks is called. So simply RBI is giving loan to the commercial bank, and at the time of giving loan to the commercial bank, RBI purchases or rediscount the bill of exchange or other eligible commercial instrument from the bank. It can be certificate of deposit. Okay. So which of the following rate is it? Is it a repo rate? Is it a reverse repo rate? Is it a MSF? Is it a bank rate? Which of the following is right? A, B, C or D? Now when we are talking about monetary policy committee gives review in a financial year for 6 times, and the last review was given in the month of April. Okay. Now next will be come into the month of June, and in the month of April RBI has not changed the policy rate, not changed the reserve ratio, it is same. Okay. But still the commercial banks, still certain private banks are changing their interest rate on the deposits. Now why they are doing so? Because they know there is an inflation in the economy, and because of the inflation the amount we are saving in the fixed deposit or in the savings account is not worth it, because they are giving a very less interest rate and the inflation is more than that interest rate. So we know whenever there is inflation increasing, the money lose its value. So money value is losing, and you are getting only a certain 2.75 or maximum 4% interest on the savings account. Okay, that's why the banks are starting to increase their rates so that the customer do not withdraw money from the bank. So fifth is B. Everyone is saying B. Okay, that is reverse repo rate. No, we are also talking about the rediscounting. Do focus on the keywords. We are also talking about the rediscounting of bill of exchange. Where does RBI do the discounting of the bill of exchange? It can't be reverse repo rate. How it can be reverse repo rate? In reverse repo rate, RBI takes money from the commercial bank. In repo rate, RBI gives loan to the commercial bank. Okay. In MSF, RBI gives loan to the commercial bank. In bank rate, RBI gives loan to the commercial bank. But when RBI do the rediscounting of bill of exchange, it happens in the bank rate. The right option will be your D. It happens in the bank rate. No one has given the right answer. Everyone is going with the B option, that is reverse repo rate. It's not true, because it is also talking about the rediscounting. If you are talking about purchases, then you can say it can be a repo or it can be a reverse repo. But when you see the discounting word of bill of exchange, the right answer will be your bank rate. Right will be your D option. Okay. So let's move forward to the next question. Bills rediscounting is a money market instrument where the bank buys the bill, that is a bill of exchange or promissory note, before it is due. That is known as rediscounting of bills. Okay, like for example, I have sold the goods to the particular buyer, and buyer is saying I will pay you the amount after a certain period of time, and he issued me the promissory note or bill of exchange, let's say. Now what can I do? I can take that bill of exchange or promissory note to the bank and give that particular security to the bank, and bank will do the rediscounting. Bank will do the discount. Okay, that is rediscounting of bills. Clear, Sheikh? Now the next question is the small companies organization that have been created exclusively to deal in the government securities are called. So which of these particular is the organization or companies which is created to exclusively deal with the government securities? Is it non-banking financial companies? Is it mutual funds? Is it primary dealers? Or is it asset management company? As we know, the selling and purchasing of securities will be done by Reserve Bank of India, because RBI is the agent of Government of India. But when it comes to the certain company or organization which is exclusively created for dealing in the government security, which is it? NBFC, mutual fund, primary dealers, asset management companies. Okay, everyone is going with the C option. That is primary dealers. Very good. So primary dealers was started by Reserve Bank of India. They have to register with RBI to perform under the government securities selling and purchasing. They can also participate in the secondary market also. Okay, they can also participate in the secondary market. So right answer is your primary dealers. Correct. Now, the transactions of internet banking includes withdrawal of cash anywhere in India, statement of account for a specific period, transfer of funds from one account to another account. So which of the following statement is true in context to internet banking? A, B, C or D? Okay, everyone is going with the option number C. That is true. C is right answer. Second and third is true, but not the first. Okay. Statement of account for a specific period you can take, or transfer of fund from one account to another account can be done. Right answer will be your C option. Okay. Next. Which among the following defines MSF facility? Which of the following defines MSF facility, marginal standing facility? First is saying the rate at which bank place their surplus fund with RBI. Second is saying the rate at which RBI is prepared to buy or rediscount bills of exchange or other commercial paper eligible for purchase. Third is saying the rate at which bank can borrow against their SLR securities to meet additional liquidity requirement. Fourth is saying the rate at which bank borrow funds from the Reserve Bank against eligible collateral. So which of the following statement is true regarding the marginal standing facility? Now, what is MSF? MSF stands for Marginal Standing Facility. It started in the year 2011 and in 2013 it was linked with the bank rate. Okay. So, MSF was linked with the bank rate from the year 2013. Now, whatever changes happen in the repo rate in the bank rate will be implemented on the MSF also. So, right now the MSF is 4.25 Marginal Standing Facility, in which RBI gives loan to the commercial bank for a particular period of time, that is overnight duration. It means 1 day duration. So commercial banks can take only 1 day loan or 24 hours loan from the RBI, that is known as MSF, and that loan is only available of 2% of their NDTL. So whatever NDTL of a bank is there, the bank can take loan under the MSF only 2% of their NDTL. And the next thing is the amount comes from the SLR portfolio. That's why 15 to last day of a month the facility of MSF will be available, but from 1 to 14 day the facility of MSF will not be available. Okay, so right answer will be your. How you can say B option is true? We are talking about MSF, rediscounting of bills. We have just discussed that this is a bank rate. Now how can you say that the B option is correct? The funds comes from SLR security, SLR portfolio from the marginal standing facility. Do focus on the keywords when we are talking about MSF. MSF is a kind of credit facility, loan facility provided by RBI to commercial bank for overnight duration, and only 2% of NDTL can be taken by the commercial bank, and that funds will be come from the SLR portfolio. That's why only the MSF facility available from 15 to last day of a month, not from 1 to 14th day. So right answer will be your C. Okay, it comes from the SLR. Now, it can take on any day. Just you have to remember one thing: the next day should not be the holiday. If again next day then a holiday, then RBI will not provide you the MSF. Let's say we have gone to the RBI and talking about that on the 4th Friday that give us the MSF loan. Now RBI will not give the MSF loan because 4th Saturday is off and Sunday is off. Now within 24 hours you won't be able to pay back the RBI. That's why RBI is saying only those days from 15 to last day of a month the loan will be given under the MSF facility, and next day should not be the holiday. That is the also condition applicable here. Right answer will be C, that is SLR securities. And why we are taking loan? To meet the additional liquidity requirement, uncertain additional liquidity requirement. Okay, next. The difference between countries' merchandise export and import is known as. What will be the answer here? We are talking about the difference between a country's merchandise export and import is known as. Is it a balance of payment? Is it a balance of trade? Is it a current account deficit? Is it a capital account? What will be the answer? Ninth is A, Gitanjali is saying. Devashish is saying A. No. See, there's a basic difference between these two. When we are talking about balance of payment, I have told you many times that it covers all the economic transactions between India and rest of the world. Now, economic transaction covers the whole inflow which is coming to the country and whole outflow which is going from outside the country. We have discussed, I have given you the overall understanding of balance of payment also, that what are the inflow transactions, what are the outflow transactions. Whenever it is written that only we are talking about the economic transactions inflow and outflow, then the balance of payment will be the right answer. But the part of balance of payment is balance of trade, in which we maintain the record of exports and imports, and we are only talking about the export and imports. What will be the right answer? Balance of trade will be the right answer, not the balance of payment. When we are talking about the balance of payment, it covers all the economic transaction. It not only covers the export and import. Export, import will be covered, investments will be covered, remittances will be covered, grants will be covered, loans will be covered, borrowings will be covered. So all these will be covered under the balance of payment, not only the export, import. But when we are talking about balance of trade, only export and import will be included. So the right answer will be your C option, that is balance of trade. Okay, don't get confused between the two. So do remember the definition. Balance of payment is a systematic record of all economic transactions between India and rest of the world in a financial year. Second, what is the definition of balance of trade? Balance of trade is a part of nation's balance of payment, which includes export and import of goods and services. Okay, so right answer will be your C option. Next, which of the following are the component of balance of payment? Current account, capital account, financial account. So which of the following is our component of balance of payment? Only one, only three, all except three, all. Now those candidates who are live in the session, do like the session also, and also share with your friends and colleagues who are preparing for JAIIB June. Ram is saying D, Ananta is saying D, Devashish is saying C, Gagan is saying D, Nisha saying D, Royal saying D. So right answer is your D, all of the above. When we are talking about balance of payment, there are three components of balance of payment: current account, capital account, financial account. Earlier it was used to only two components, that is current and capital, but International Monetary Fund IMF has also included the third component, that is financial account. So there are three components of your balance of payment. These are also known as elements of balance of payment. These are also known as accounts of balance of payment, and these are also known as component of balance of payment. So all the three are correct: current account, capital account, and financial account. Okay. So the latest added component is financial account, added by IMF, International Monetary Fund. Right answer will be your D. Okay. Now let me know out of 10 how much you have done correct. What's your score out of 10 questions? Now, this is the video course in both bilingual and English medium, which you can see on the Adda 24/7 application for your JAIIB 2022 preparation. Now this is the complete bilingual batch and this is the complete English medium batch you will find on the Adda 24/7 application. Okay, and to grab the 80% discount here, you can use a code that is Y496. You will get 80% off in this particular product if you are purchasing from Adda 24/7 application. Okay, Ananta got 8. Okay, what about rest? So the next is, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you will get all the notification related to the sessions. And one important thing, if you are also preparing for AML KYC certificate exam, then the sessions we are starting from 5:30 p.m. okay, on the office of Adda 24/7. And if you are preparing for that certificate exam, then you can also join those sections, okay, in which we are going to discuss the anti-money laundering and KYC, both the subjects. Okay, now there is a Mahapack also if you are preparing for JAIIB and CAIIB, or you are going to give the CAIIB after clearing the June JAIIB 2022 exam. So it is obvious you are going for a CAIIB also. Then you do not have to purchase the individual batches for JAIIB and CAIIB. You can go with the Mahapack which is available on Adda 24/7 application. There is JAIIB, CAIIB ka Mahapacks, both are included. Then JAIIB Mahapack single is there and CAIIB Mahapack single is there. What will you get here? You will get the test series, you will get the ebooks, you will get the recorded videos, live classes. You do not have to go for a individual batch, or you do not go to for a individual test series or ebooks. What you can do, you can simply go to the application and you can purchase the Mahapack, in which you will get everything. You do not have to purchase anything except from this. Okay, the date is I have discussed yesterday. The date is for first of all, the exam is on the 14th and 28th of May. Okay, exam is on that 14th of May and 28th of May, and 14th May date has been already extended it. And but if we are talking about 28th of May, the 28th of May's registration dates are from 12th of May it will start, and from till 19th of May it will remain. Okay, and exam will happen on 28th of May. Now the date which was of the 14th of May, which was from 28th to 5th of May, which has for today only, and for the 28th of May exam registration will be from 12th of May to 19th of May. Okay, and if you want to know any other things which is related to AML and KYC compliance officer, I have taken the session yesterday. You can watch that session, you will get the detailed information about it. Okay, so now let's end the session. This is all related to the today's session. Thank you all for joining and stay safe.